OpenAI, the $150 billion colossus of artificial intelligence, or so they'd like you to think. But what happens when a group of artists decides to kick over the anthill? Enter Sora, their shiny new text-to-video model. It promised a revolution but delivered a storm of controversy, exploitation, betrayal, secret leaks. What's behind this mess, and why is it threatening to unravel one of the tech world's crown jewels? Let's peel back the layers and find out. Stick around, because what you're about to hear isn't just another tech drama, it's a scandal that could change the AI industry forever. By the end, you might even question whether OpenAI can ever recover. Intrigued? Good. Let's dive in. What is the Sora model? Sora is OpenAI's shiny new toy unveiled back in February 2024. The idea? Turn a few words into a photorealistic video. Yes, you heard that right. Type dancing penguin in a tuxedo and out pops Hollywood-level visuals. It promised to revolutionize content creation, replacing cameras, crews, and costly production gear with, well, clever algorithms. Faster, cheaper, easier. Sounds magical, doesn't it? But as we'll see, with great power comes great controversy, and Sora delivered that in spades. What could go wrong? But what could possibly go wrong with such a dazzling bit of technology? Well, everything, and then some. OpenAI decided to test Sora behind closed doors with a hand-picked group of artists. The idea? Early feedback in exchange for the bragging rights of using cutting-edge tech. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. As the weeks went on, those cracks in the relationship turned into full-blown fault lines. And trust me, what came next was anything but subtle. How did artists expose the dark secrets? November 26, 2024. The day the artists decided they'd had enough. Feeling betrayed, they did what any frustrated creative might dream of. They leaked Sora to the world. How? By building a cheeky little front end on Hugging Face, the popular AI development platform, turning Sora's powerful video wizardry into a public free-for-all. OpenAI's ironclad security? Shredded. For the artists, this wasn't just a stunt. It was their way of saying, if you won't listen, we'll make you. And oh, did it get their attention? What exactly happened with OpenAI's $150 billion crisis? This wasn't just a technical hiccup. No, this was a full-blown PR disaster, the kind that sends $150 billion empires into meltdown mode. Within hours of the leak, OpenAI yanked Sora offline faster than you can say lawsuit. Their excuse? Beta testing was voluntary. Oh, come on. That's like saying a car recall isn't a problem because some people were fine with faulty brakes. The damage was done, and the tech world was buzzing. Were the artists right to cry foul? Were their contributions being swept under the rug? And the big one, could a handful of rebellious creatives topple one of AI's most powerful giants? It's a proper mess, isn't it? Why are artists accusing OpenAI of exploitation? The artists weren't just miffed about being unpaid guinea pigs, it was how OpenAI paraded them around like shiny trophies. They were asked to do valuable work for free, with promises of glory that never came. Feedback ignored, contributions buried, and only a lucky few got the spotlight. As one artist put it, we were expected to be OpenAI's cheerleaders, but when it came to recognizing our work, suddenly it was radio silence. Brutal. And here's the thing. It wasn't just about cash, although let's be honest, a paycheck would have been nice. It was about respect. These artists poured hours into improving Sora, only to be left out in the cold. So, here's the big question. Does OpenAI and the wider tech industry see human creativity as just another cog in their shiny AI machines? Troubling, isn't it? What does art washing mean, and how is OpenAI involved? Now, here's a term you might not have heard before. Art washing. It's when companies parade around artists' work for shiny promotions without offering so much as a thank you note, or worse, a paycheck. And guess who's now front and center in this practice? That's right, OpenAI. The artists say their creativity was used to show off Sora's brilliance, but credit? Zero. Payment? Not a chance. It's a troubling trend, especially as AI companies gobble up human-made content to fuel their clever machines. The big question is, are we heading into an era where artists are merely stepping stones for AI, with nothing to show for it but frustration? How did the leak impact OpenAI's development plans? When the leak hit, OpenAI scrambled like a cat stuck in a clothes dryer. Within hours, they slammed the brakes on Sora, suspending access faster than you can say damage control. Did it fix the problem? Not really. Instead, it raised a much bigger question. Can OpenAI even protect its own tech? And what about Sora itself? Is this just a speed bump, or could this be the end of the line for its testing phase? OpenAI now has to patch up its bruised reputation while somehow convincing its users and collaborators that they can be trusted again. Good luck with that. What were the artists protesting, and how did they go public? The artists weren't just wagging a finger at OpenAI, they were taking a stand against the entire AI industry's habit of squeezing creatives for all their worth. By leaking Sora and firing off a very public open letter, they made one thing crystal clear. They weren't going to sit quietly while being treated like disposable tools. This wasn't an anti-AI crusade, far from it. The artists simply wanted fairness, transparency, and maybe a bit of respect for the value they brought to the table. They weren't cogs in the machine, they were the ones keeping the machine running. And they weren't going to be ignored anymore. How does OpenAI's treatment of artists affect the future of AI-generated content? This isn't just a dent in OpenAI's shiny reputation, it's a warning shot for the entire AI industry. Keep treating human creatives like they're disposable, and you'll end up with mediocre models and an angry army of artists who refuse to play ball. The truth is, AI companies need artists more than they'd like to admit. Without their creativity, innovation grinds to a halt. So what's the solution? Companies like OpenAI need to wake up, smell the coffee, and rethink how they collaborate and compensate. Otherwise, they risk burning bridges with the very people who could help them build the future. And that, my friends, is not a future anyone wants to see. Will OpenAI be able to recover? Can OpenAI bounce back from this mess, or is this the start of a much bigger meltdown? That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Sure, they're big, powerful, and probably already spinning this as a learning experience. But let's not kid ourselves. Trust is a tricky thing to rebuild. If OpenAI doesn't sort this out quickly and convincingly, the stain on their reputation could stick like gum to a shoe. Will they mend fences with the creative community, or will this scandal snowball into a crisis that even they can't outrun? Only time will tell, but it's not looking pretty right now. So, what have we learned from all this? For starters, AI companies like OpenAI need to take a good, hard look at how they treat the people who fuel their success, because ignoring them clearly doesn't end well. This saga isn't just about a single scandal, it's a flashing red light for the entire industry. But what do you think? Were the artists right to kick up a fuss, or is this just part of AI's awkward growing pains? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your take on it. And remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation about ethics, AI, and the future of creativity. Enjoyed this? Well, don't just sit there, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and join us here at the AI Uplift for more jaw-dropping tech dramas and insights. Next time, we'll dive even deeper into the ethical minefield of AI in the creative world. You won't want to miss it. Until then, stay curious, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next one.